September.
Can't wait to see him. But first this morning, the RBA's consistent rate hikes are having a turbulent effect on Australia's property market, with a 15% slump in house prices.
But it's not all bad news. For more, we're joined by Executive Chairman of Yellow Brick Road Home Loans, Mark Bouris. Mark, good to see you.
Morning.
How much are these prices and their falls impacting the market?
Big time, because people are basically, when they go to auction, are reading about this sort of stuff or listening or watching, and they're making a decision, buyers at auctions are making a decision not to make a bid. And as a result of that, a lot of auctions are now passing in and then people are trying to negotiate much lower prices. There is no vendor pressure at the moment, so the number of real estate agents that I have interviewed have told me they've seen very little in terms of distressed sales. But I do want to make one comment about that 15% drop in house prices, which is predicted by the Reserve Bank. They're not saying this is a guarantee. Let's not take anything the Reserve Bank says anymore as a guarantee. They also said in context, but by the way, the increase in population as a result of immigration next year, the reduction in the supply of housing as a result of it being more difficult for developers to develop land and then on sell because it's not as lucrative at the moment, and the rental increase. The rental increases that are occurring around the country, therefore pushing people to consider buying, is probably going to do two things. It's going to increase demand for housing, and at the same time, there's a reduction in supply housing. So that might, to some extent, stabilise this reduction.
Right.
OK, that's interesting. And at the same time, people are obviously grappling with rising interest rates, so obtaining a loan is getting harder in many ways. What trends are we seeing in terms of loans at the moment? Well,
the basic trend we're seeing at the moment is less people are applying for loans and lenders are approving a lot less per loan application. So right now we are seeing somewhere between 15 and 20% of a loan applied for less than what they would have got a year ago. So if I applied for $1 million a year ago, I can only get $850,000 on exactly the same income.
Right.
So I can therefore pay less at the auction or I can pay less at the private treaty. So that can only do one thing, is that's bring house prices down.
OK, so competition at those auctions has been on the decline as this market weakens a little bit or recorrects itself, depending on how you look at it. But figures show bidder numbers are actually now stabilising. Why is that?
Because I think that buyers have realised that there's no distressed sales. So there is a narrative out there, though, well, house price is going to fall, and etc. And then buyers get onto this narrative and buyers think, I'm going to get a bargain. But buyers now are coming to the view, it's time to buy. I've got the approval. That's the house I want to buy. That's the joint I want to live in. That's the price I have to pay. The vendor's not under any stress. I will pay that price. As a result of that, we're seeing starting to see a steady increase in auction clearance rates. We're at about 60% at the moment. We were at 50% a week or two ago. And interesting about this, John McGrath, the very famous John McGrath, more recently said that he sees the house price correction at around 6.30. So he takes the view we're at halfway through this correction right now.
Right.
OK. So what would be your advice then to people who are hoping to enter the market right now?
Well, make sure once you find the place that you really love and you can afford, or if you're an investor, you think is the right yield on that particular property, and if you've got the approval to buy that property, take a 10-year view. It's all about your mindset. You know, if you think, oh, I've got to steal this property, otherwise I'm a mug, then you won't ever buy anything. But if you take the view, I can afford it, I've got the loan approved, it's a place I like, ticks all the boxes, amenities, etc., 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 then buy it and take a 10 view, change your mindset.
Yeah, fantastic advice. Mark, good to see you again.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.